I know if you've seen the German Venus compared to the Jewish Venus, it is far superior.
Guys, we're recording.
Hello.
Jason, you missed it.
Hello, and welcome to World News Tonight. I'm Jason Worth. Today, we revisit the awful war that was World War II.
In the year 1924, Hitler becomes the leader of the Nazi Party. And in 1933, he becomes Chancellor of Germany. Throughout the next 5 years, he then proceeds to take over various countries in Europe, as well as make alliances with the empires of Italy and Japan. Hitler then signs a non-aggression pact with Stalin to keep him out of war with the Soviet Union. Finally, after the invasion of Poland on September 1st, 1939, the nations of Britain and France declare war on Germany. This is the beginning of World War II in Europe.
The Aryan race is the final solution. The Jewdom will be eradicated by the Nazi elites. WWll!
Do you remember what it was like at the beginning of the war?
What the bloody hell is this Nazi propaganda doing in my damn interviews? It was hard, I'll tell you that. We didn't know Hitler was going to be that damn strong. They had us in the beginning, but we strived through. God save the Queen.
December 7th, 1941. A day which will live in infamy. The Japanese bombed the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor, killing thousands of men in the armed services. In retaliation to these events, the United States joins the war.
Do you remember that day clearly?
Oh, yeah. December 7th, 1941. Man, them dingo tojos started coming out of the air. It was bad. Kamikazes coming in, blowing up the USS Arizona. Man, that pissed me off right there.
After months of failed attempts to reclaim the Pacific Ocean, the USA won the decisive Battle of Midway on June 7, 1942. The Japanese lost all 4 of their aircraft carriers and their central position in the Pacific. This battle is considered to be the major turning point in the Pacific War.
How important was this battle to the United States?
We were taking over. We took over the Pacific Islands. That puts our foothold over there in Japan. I say in a month or two we'll have them.
Overseas in Europe, both sides were at a stalemate until the astonishing invasion of Normandy, France, known as D-Day, on June 6, 1944. This attack allowed the Allies to push forward into Europe to finish the war with Germany. On April 30th, 1945, the supreme leader of the Nazi regime, Adolf Hitler, committed suicide. And a week later, on May 7th, 1945, Germany surrendered, bringing an end to the war in Europe.
Mission Control, we're ready.
During the beginning of August 1945, nuclear bombs were dropped on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. As we all know, that is how the war ended. After this, the UN was formed, General Douglas MacArthur was sent to rebuild Japan, and peace was finally restored.
It's showtime. Alright, let's do this. Oh. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Alright, look at them tojos running. Come on. Alright, lock and load. It's not working. Backup plan.
How was this experience for you?
Oh, we just came in there and I was up in that plane. I was flying, I was flying. I was coming in there and man, it was just like, man, we fried them. We fried them bad. They were running like Aggies down there. Man, I had them in there and the stick shift, it just didn't work. So I was just like, oh, we gotta do it manually. So I picked up the nuke and I threw it down there like, man, Tom Brady.
Do you remember that day clearly?
Yes, D-Day, June 6th, 1944. My God. We landed on Normandy shores, and then we commenced our siege. The Germans were fierce, but we were strong, and we overpowered them.
What is it like being one of the only survivors of that battle?
It's weird, especially since many of my friends died that day. I know, if you have seen the Jewish Wiener Schnitzel compared to the German Wiener Schnitzel, it is far inferior.
Guys, we're rolling. Jason,
Hello.
You missed it.
Hello, and welcome to World News Tonight. I am Jason Worth. Today, we are going to... I told Angie that I had to do something quickly with our project, and that's all I said, and then you guys showed up here.
We left him all alone. He's getting so depressed. Oh my god. I told him that
Okay, so, like, just have, like,
Yeah,
random...
because it's just like a desk, you know, for like a...
Like, and then I'm gonna, like...
Hello.
So violent.
Oh yeah, we need to be better crowd. Oh wait, yeah, we can. I could. Oh, okay. Like maybe like I wear it like on this arm. Yeah, I'd be like maybe we'd be talking about like, you know, the Jews are very inferior race. We're live.
I'm hitting easy straight in no time.
Oh,
You still got a nasty thing in front of it.
That's the point.
yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be like, oh. I mean.
What, are y'all changing back to American news?
Well, to be like we're starting the news.
Hey, ISIS.